Hello and welcome everybody to puzzle competition number 5. Let's get into it. Alright, the new puzzle competition here once again. This time a little bit of a different tower design for the puzzle map. If you don't know what puzzle is, basically you are given this map and these blocks below to complete the map. And you can place them wherever you want. For example, you can place this one here in block mix, somewhere there. You can place this here, this for example. But crucially, you have a specific amount of them. So for example, I have 2 of these, so I can only place 2. I can't place a third one. For example, you have all of these blocks. Crucially, we have 1 red boost, some plastic blocks here, some quarter pipes, some utility blocks here as well on the platform, some ramps, and 2 loopings, interestingly, and very crucially, the start. I did not give you guys a start this month. You had 1 week to submit your results, or your submissions. I did not give you a start. You have to place it yourself and build the map with it. So we will see some different start positions today. 3 checkpoints, 2 checkpoints at the top here on either side, finish in the middle, from the top into the tower, and then a ring checkpoint at the bottom. And I would say, let's get straight into it and take a look at what you guys came up with. And the first person that we're gonna take a look at is Yoshi. Yoshi came in with a 58.7, and this is, I'm trying to find the replay, give me a second. Okay, I found it. Okay, there we go, found it. Okay, let's go straight in, turn this on, perfect. Okay, so this is the first submission that we have, a 58.1, and you might ask, why is it so slow? Well, the reason is, he went for a 1 block solution. Of course, at the start, you have to place either way. Also, Granadi, thanks for the raid. I forgot to pause alerts, but that works anyways. Thank you very much. Welcome, everybody. You're just coming in right now to the first run, and he is finishing the map with just 1 block, basically. So he placed, as we can see here, he placed the start block on the side, in a position where he could drop down into the ring checkpoint. And then this huge ass quarter pipe to take speed and yeah, drive like this, back around and into the finish. Comes in at a 58 seconds time. Definitely not the fastest time we will see today, but that is where we're starting at. Interestingly, 1 second faster. Oh shit, I just noticed a mistake. How do I fix this? I'm gonna restart this thing. I set a hotkey for the thing, for the time that you see on the screen. I put a hotkey for that, but the hotkey that I set was F3, and that opens Openplanet. I just noticed. Whoops. Okay, fix that. Alright, it is fixed, and we go back in, and the next one we will have is Doomy, a 40.5. What did Doomy do? Well, you can maybe guess already. It is a press forward. Now, this one is a little bit harder again to do a press forward on, I think, because it's a tower. First of all, he starts off starting inside of a checkpoint. He immediately gets the first ring checkpoint here. Then jumps up with a bounce, hits the beam on the side, then turtle into the looping plastic bounce on the next landing. And now up on the platform into a wall ride. He just uses this curved wall ride block here to turn around, get the next checkpoint. There's 1 more checkpoint remaining. Obviously very hard to get the height needed. Where he gets around here, clips the edge on that platform there, up, and then 1 more block on the side here, and eventually, with the ramp, gets into the finish. That is Doomy, the second one we see today. Next one is a first time submission. Now we're getting to proper solutions. And it is by a good friend of Shorty, I believe. Shorty type 1 as well. Or also Kabdani, who is the next one that we see here. It's a proper submission, is 17.6. Let's take a look. So, starts off next to the highest checkpoint. First of all, grabs the checkpoint at the bottom and standing respawns. Retains the height with that. Goes to the next checkpoint now. Around here, use the red boost to jump up and then into the finish. Misses the finish here a little bit, but then gets in. But yeah, so one very crucial aspect here in the run is he standing respawns the ring below. So that is a thing that you can do with rings in this game. If you standing respawn on them instead of respawning in the ring, which would give you a very bad respawn, you just respawn at the last checkpoint that you crossed or at the start if you didn't cross any checkpoints yet. So because of that, he just grabs the checkpoint and then completely retains the height. Usually on maps like this, it is very difficult to gain height, and because of that, standing respawn can actually be very useful. Then coming around here, sadly he missed the finish jump a little bit, like here at the roof hit. We'll see some roof hits as well. A lot of people try the roof hit here. If he would have finished instantly, I think it could have been like a 15, but in the end came out with a 17.6. First driven run, proper driven run that we have seen. Next one, only half a second faster, is Mellen. And Mellen also going for a standing respawn strat, drops down from the other side and then bug slides into the ring. Then dropping down, he has the checkpoint at the top already, goes backwards now to this checkpoint as well, same checkpoint order. Instead of doing a quarter pipe jump, goes from the side and then drop in with a roof hit there as well. So yeah, the start is actually a little bit slower in this case because he has to drive backwards and then forwards again. That is of course a difficult thing with these checkpoints is if you standing respawn, this one is facing you downwards, obviously. And the problem is also you wouldn't be able to go upwards, especially in this case, because I believe if you start here, yeah, you start underneath the block. That is a little bit of a problem. In general, it's a problem because of platform. You can't really climb up here. I'm holding forwards. I'm not going up. That's a very, very mean respawn here. I gotta say that I gave you guys. But yeah, that is Mellen's solution here. So going... Wait, oh, I'm in free cam. That's why. Going backwards, then around here. Coming in with a 17.0. At the end, going up, not going for the instant finish. But with that, had a much, much cleaner line. We'll see if some people might figure out an instant finish there. Because the next run is immediately 3 seconds faster. And this one already is wicked. We get a 14.0 FoxSylv coming in with a 14.0. That's the next one we're gonna see, the 5th run so far. It's already a 14. And yeah, this is also a first time submission, so let's take a look. Does the standing respawn as well. A lot of people will do standing respawn. That's the idea of the map. And then look at this flip. That is so wicked. Now jump up, roof it into the finish. I love this one. I love this one. This one is so cool. Drops down, standing respawns there, and then with the red boost sideways through the checkpoint into a flip. Perfectly smooth into the looping. That is such a cool idea, I think. It definitely loses a little bit in the start. He spends about 3.5 seconds getting to the start. And then at about like 5 seconds-ish or something, starts again. Very crucial with standing respawns is you always have to wait 1 second. You get the checkpoint, and then once you press respawn, you have to wait 1 second until you are able to drive again. But yeah, going through here, clean flip. I love the usage of the looping here. That is a very hard block to use for sure, and he makes it beautifully here. Nice run by FoxSylv. Next one we have on the table is Megaadri, who built a very nice Big Yet Monthly Cup map earlier. And this is a 13.8. Now, what he found here is actually insane. Let's take a look. He starts off in this checkpoint and inside of a pillar, respawns, and now is on a different side, turns around, and he gets the checkpoint from underneath. Red boost, drop into the finish. This is insane. Now what happens here is, this is actually insane that he found this, is this block here I gave you perfectly connects to the tower. It connects to the tower, and because of that, because he spawns inside of this block, there are no walls. He just got rid of the walls of the tower. There are no walls, and especially no ground, no ceilings. He can just jump into the checkpoint from below. So he basically just got rid of the entire tower. A 13.8 is just insane fine. Also here at the start, it's quite interesting. The first time he starts on this side of this block, then gets the checkpoint, and once he respawns, he starts here on the other side of the block. Quite interesting. Then turns around, gets the checkpoint around like this, and then with the red boost up into the finish. Definitely not the fastest way to get the first checkpoint here, like into the ring. He needs to spend 5 seconds on that. And then also in the standing respawn, he has to first turn around 180 degrees. That's definitely a problem with the standing respawn. If you're gonna use this one, it's facing away from the other checkpoints, which makes it a little bit harder. But that was a Megaadri with a 13.8. Next one, again, is another 7/10 faster. And this one is quite interesting because it only goes downhill. So far, we mostly have seen respawns and going upwards. But this one goes downhill all the way through these checkpoints, a long spiral, and then with the quarter pipe here, wicked finish. Just like that, jump up and into the finish with multiple plastic bounces. Where he basically built a long spiral around the tower and then just jump up. Pretty clean by OsiRisCorp here, the run. 13.1 by OsiRisCorp. This one is pretty cool. Yeah, there you are. That's the run. Or it was a 13.1, I mean. Also, he did one small thing here at the start. And that is, not only does he start here pretty close to the checkpoint and gets it downhill already, he also starts in these two blocks, which means that he starts a little bit forwards, as you can see. And this saves about like 0.2 of a second, which you would think might be significant, like he saved 0.2 of a second with that trick. However, the next guy is another second ahead, so it didn't really matter in this case. But sometimes it will definitely matter. Sometimes it will definitely matter. The next one by Domino Marama is another 1 second faster, 12.1. Moving forwards very quickly here. 12.1 by Domino Marama. And this one, in comparison to the last one, it's only uphill. He does the spiral as well, but this time the other way around, going upwards first of all with the red boost, then across here through the checkpoint, then has to go around the finish and yeah, gets a small bump into the finish there. So he does, quite interestingly, first of all, obviously he starts in the ring checkpoint, as always pretty much, and then climb up with the red boost into roof it to remain a little bit of the speed that he got. Then up here, around, and then into the checkpoint. And then, this is kind of mean for me, I know. This platform here is actually kind of nice to drive up around here, but this pillar is in the way. The pillar is in the way to drive into the finish if you use this block, so he has to go around. He gets a pretty nice, like, small hop into the finish to instantly fall down, but yeah, the pillar was definitely in the way. I just placed it there for some scenery, but yeah. A little bit in the way. Yo, hello, Elconn as well. I also see Maji, also Shorty. Lots of people that might have sent something in as well that might still be coming up. Let's take a look. Next one that we have is by Eyetwitch. 11.9, another 0.3 of a second faster. And this time, he does a little bit a similar strat to Domino Marama, but he starts up top here and respawns the checkpoint. And then does the spiral upwards. Grabs the red boost there, around, and up into the checkpoint. So he starts up top, as we saw previously quite often, grabs the checkpoint, then standing respawns. Interestingly, he is bugging through this block as well, and gets it twice, because he respawns in the checkpoint twice, basically. So that small time gain that he gets, maybe like 1/10 or something from that, he gets it twice. And then also a pretty clean finish, honestly, with the red boost here. Using it at the second part of the map instead of the first, because most people would need to use it at the start. And I would say this is the first run where we should take a look at a small comparison between Eyetwitch and Domino Marama. So let's take a look. So Eyetwitch going down here, and Domino is going up. And in the moment that Eyetwitch gets the checkpoint, he is technically ahead. But he first has to respawn and then go around here. Now Domino is in front, but Eyetwitch still has the red boost coming back. Domino is still in front, but the finish is a lot quicker for Eyetwitch because he goes straight into it, doesn't have to avoid the pillar because of the ramp, and is able to overtake like that. That is the thing right here as well. Domino goes a lot quicker into the checkpoint, a more inside line, but because of that can't use this ramp, and this ramp is just perfect for this finish. Like it's literally perfect. You would think I specifically chose this ramp for this finish right here. I didn't actually, but you would think right afterwards I thought I would have done it. But no, I actually didn't. I just randomly chose it. Okay, next one is again 0.7 of a second faster. Moving very, very quickly here still. It is Mattssats. And this one is actually really cool. I like this one. It's an 11.2. And he starts on a red boost. Let's take a look. Starts inside of a checkpoint. The checkpoint on the left. The flat checkpoint. And on the red boost. Let's take a look at what he does with that. So starts off. Goes to the left, and then gets the ring checkpoint, standing respawns, and now takes the red boost in the other direction, drive around, and into the other checkpoint and finish. I really like this idea, honestly. Like, this is a cool idea. Using the checkpoint respawn in 2 different directions, I think is really cool, honestly. 11.2 here by Mattssats. Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. The problem is, he has a very long turn that he has to do here. So the second time he respawns, of course, because he got the checkpoint, he has a different respawn. A lot of people respawn in the start block, but in this case, he has a different respawn. The start faces him in this direction, the checkpoint faces him in this direction, you know? But yeah, after the respawn, he has to do a very, very long turn here. He has the red boost for it, but it is still a pretty long turn to get back to this checkpoint on the other side and then finish with the roof hit. But yeah, still, good run by Mattssats. 11.2. That's already an 11.2. You might be thinking we're slowly getting closer to like maybe a sub 10 being possible. But no, like the next one is again instantly 1.1 seconds faster. And it is by Pseudo. Wait, fuck. I fucked up. I pressed the button already. Okay, yeah, maybe the next one after that is Vantorica with a 9.9, but don't look at that. This is Pseudo's one. I really need a backwards button for that. I don't have a backwards button. Maybe should add that at some point. Sorry for the spoiler. This is Pseudo's one at 10.0. And important thing for Pseudo is he also found the trick of getting rid of the platforms. Going through the pillar into an insane flip, then drive around and finish. I love that flip. So he, just like Megaadri earlier, found that you can just place these platforms above. They will create a pillar and delete the wards from the tower. They just delete the walls. So he can just jump through here. He starts in this checkpoint, jumps down, and instantly into the ring. He just jumps straight because who cares, right? That there's a tower in the way if you can just get rid of the walls. You know, it's so clever. And jump up here through the red boost, and then this flip is just beautiful. I love that flip. Like, I really, really love this flip. So clean. But yeah, going around, and then, of course, the problem is, that's in general a problem. That's also why we've seen a lot of people using the ramp here at the end. This checkpoint is actually very badly placed for this finish. Because it's specifically one block too low to go into the finish block here, you know? It's specifically one block too low. And that is definitely a little bit of a problem, because he has to then go around and get into the finish. But yeah, that is Pseudo's run. Okay. Yeah, watching all this block mix, I think I'm cooked. No comment. Next one is Vantorica. Oh wait, I still forgot to pause alerts. Thank you, der fiese Fatsack, for 13 months, but from now, let's pause. Thank you though, appreciate it. Wait, I was supposed to move this here. Okay, that looks a little bit better. Okay, now they're paused, but thank you anyways. Okay, Vantorica with a 9.9, the first sub 10, a 9.969, a very nice looking time. Let's take a look. Once again, he only goes uphill. So starts on a red boost, goes up, plastic bounce to the top, to getting the second checkpoint, then really cool transitions here as well, and into the finish. So I really love these transitions. By the way, basically everybody will start in the checkpoint. I don't think I will probably not mention it in the future anymore. Basically, everybody found the idea, where do you place a start if you have to get 3 checkpoints? Well, probably you're just gonna place it inside of a checkpoint if that is possible, you know? Most of the time, that will save you some time in the long run. But yeah, starts on a red boost as well. This red boost, by the way, only works if you do it sideways. If you do it forwards, you crash into the start block. So going forwards uphill doesn't work. You have to place it sideways if you want to start on it. But yeah, goes up like this. Then cool transition here with the plastic bounce. Very, very early landing. This landing is beautiful that he gets here. Beautiful landing. Then around. I love these small transitions that he uses here, especially this one. I definitely intended you to use that one. Really cool transition though. And then using the double looping for a roof hit. Not a lot of people found that double looping for the roof hit, but it's actually really good, honestly, for roof hit and the ending. That is a really good one. Nice one by Vantorica here. The next one, now it's getting a little bit closer though. We are just on the sub 10 time right now, or at the sub 10 time. Next one is by FunnyPilz, and it's a 9.8. So 1/10 of a second faster. And this time, he's also going uphill, but on the other side. Doing a left turn instead of a right turn. And then around here, through the checkpoint, over the ramp again, and into the finish. So he places the start one block after, the booster one block after the start. And then gets also a little bit more of the booster as well. Because if you start on the booster, you only get half of it, of course. And yeah, he found one really cool strat here at the start. And that is this block here. That you can combine with a roof hit. So if we take a look as he's coming up here. Wait, where's the... Ah, there he is. He's jumping up out of the wall ride. And then roof hits there to perfectly land on this block here, and then around the checkpoint through the triangle, just drive up, small turn to the left, and checkpoint finish. An 9.8 by FunnyPilz. Very nice one. Next one though, once again, is also pretty close, but this time instead of 1/10 of a second faster, it's only 6,000ths of a second. 6,000ths of a second separating these two. It is Xelm with a 9.843. FunnyPilz had an 849. 6,000ths faster. And this is a really creative solution here by Xelm. He also found the trick. Starting in the start, then drop down here, roof it, another roof it, drop down, get the ring checkpoint, red boost into looping into the finish. So creative, this one here. I really like this one. Like, this one is so... Like, this honestly looks fun to drive as well, which you can't say for most of the solutions. But yeah, he starts in the checkpoint. Once again, as I said before, place a pillar here to get rid of the wall. And then he can just place one block in between to go from the start to this checkpoint. Drops in, small roofit there. Then another roofit on that one, dropping down. And using the 2 platform blocks to use the red boost in between this long or big quarter pipe block. Like this quarter pipe is 1 block, you know? Wait, it's a half pipe. Wait, this is a half pipe, not a quarter pipe. I'm so used to calling them quarter pipes. This is a half pipe, obviously. But yeah, then with the red boost going up through the looping and perfectly from the side into the finish with a small roofit as well. Really cool one. I really like this idea by Xelm. Very, very clean. And good execution as well. We have another one though now. Once again, pretty close. 0.2 of a second faster. It's Hoari. Also sending in for the very first time a 9.6 by Hoari. And this one also only goes uphill. It's very similar to what FunnyPilz did earlier. It's the same start. Now he uses a different wall right block there though. Then into the checkpoint, clean roofit, finish. So it's a very, very similar idea, and because of that, I think I would like to take a look at a comparison between the two. So let's take a look from FunnyPilz perspective. So I believe FunnyPilz will be a little bit ahead at the start, got a slightly better jump there, however then has a worse line here with a different block, going inside and a jump into the finish, and it's just a 0.2 of a second of a difference in the finish, separating the two. Slightly different approaches here. For example, FunnyPilz here does a small wall ride, but then has a bit of an awkward transition onto the ramp. It's always a question, what is worth it, what is actually faster in those cases. There, in this case, Hoari managing to edge out FunnyPilz by 0.2. Now, somebody was shaking in the chat earlier and saying they were cooked. A little bit earlier than you would have maybe thought, coming in now. We are jumping 0.6 faster. The person who said in the in the chat a few days ago, this time I'm winning. Clueless. Yeah, the clueless was a hint, I guess. The clueless at the end of the comment was a hint. This is Elconn with a 9.0. Honestly, a really good one. Oh yeah, I forgot. I added an optional comment that you can give to your replays now. So in case you have anything to say about your submission, you can comment that. And Elconn's only comment was blah. So as a consolidation, maybe Elconn can get a blah from you guys. Okay, but this is Elconn's run. It's really clean. Just maybe not the best solution. Starting off, really cool transition there to the side. Gets the ring checkpoint first, transition, booster, finish. Like, this looks good. Like, this looks good. But I can tell you, we're just starting right now. This looks really good, no? Like, you would think that this would be a very, very good run and up there. But yeah, there's more possible on this somehow. So yeah, I really like the start. So starting inside of the checkpoint, driving to the side. Then I love this small transition here, where he gets a little bit of a wobble, so that he gets a little bit of a quicker downhill, or nosedive rather, onto this block. It's just one block used for this ring, going up again. And then also I really love the use of this platform here to get a smooth transition onto the red boost. Really clean. And then the red boost, like the ending is so fast. Actually, you can't even tell what is happening at the ending. Let me take a look from the side. So this is what happens at the ending. He comes up and then he jumps up, roof it into another roof it, and then finishes. A clean one as well, 9.0. That is Elconn's run. Very clean. Also, thank you guys for a hype train. It is paused right now, but I will take a look and thank all of you after the results, of course, always. But yeah, that was Elconn's run, a 9.0. But it looks like you needed a sub. You needed a sub 9 to compete here. And the next one is AwesomeTom. AwesomeTom doing a really good run this time. Very happy for him. That's really nice to see. And it is an 8.96. Big improvement over other editions, so I'm happy to see that. Even on non layer climb map. And let's take a look at AwesomeTom's run. He, as others, also found the trick. Starts here, then just bounces up into the next checkpoint, just jumps up, and then around the last one into the finish. So yeah, as others as well, he found the trick that you can just start inside of a block and just drive through the pillar. With that, does a red boost and just, you know, just jumps into the checkpoint. Like, this is how it looks like from the checkpoint's perspective. He just comes out of the wall suddenly. Like, he just drops out of the wall. Like, this is how it looks. It's so weird. But yeah, that is the solution here that AwesomeTom came up with. And then just a round standard finish with the ramp. We've seen it a few times. Yeah, really cool usage there of the plastic as well. Keeps a lot of speed, especially with this one. And I would say with this one as well, I would also like to look at a quick comparison against Hoari that we saw earlier. And we can take a look in Camp 7. So this, they are 7/10 apart. And this is a comparison between using the trick at the start. Wait, where can you actually see? I think here you can see. This is a comparison between using the trick in the start and just going through the pillar, and going around without using the trick. So you can see AwesomeTom going through there, Hoari going the wider line around, and then AwesomeTom comes up and is already in the checkpoint now at 3.5 seconds. Hoari in comparison, the checkpoint now at 4.5. Then it gets a little bit closer here once again as they come back, because Hoari has more speed, obviously, with a more wide line into the checkpoint. Comes back a little bit, but in the end, it is enough for AwesomeTom to stay in the lead. Pretty nice one. Next one we have is, again, only a 1/10 of a second faster. It's Gazorpalse. Gazorpalse with the next run. And this one also a very efficient route here. He didn't find the trick, but he jumps up, plastic bounces at the top, and then just around here into the checkpoint and roof it finish. Pretty simple stuff. So it's a similar strat to what Vantorica did, but just a little bit faster in both sections. So he does at the start, first of all, he starts on plastic, and a very important fact about plastic is that it has higher acceleration. You see how quickly the car accelerates here at the start? It's a lot quicker than if you started on the platform, because plastic has higher acceleration, especially at low speeds. And because of that, gets the booster a lot quicker. And then also here using a roof it a little bit sooner as well, and also a very direct line into the last checkpoint. And for this as well, it's very nice to take a look at a small quick comparison as well. If we compare the two, so we can see Vantorica, of course, he started on the booster, so he will be a little bit ahead at the start, so because he started on it. But then Gazorpalse coming back with the speed at the end and is actually finding himself in the lead right now. Then they come up to the finish, and then also here Gazorpalse just a little bit of a more efficient line, going quicker into the checkpoint. Vantorica doing a very smooth line, but you know, using more distance to get into the finish. And with that, managed to improve the route by 1 second. What are you building for? You're building to drive or find the fastest route. It is about the fastest time. That is the goal with this competition. You want to drive the fastest time. And let's see who will be able to do so. Next one is Athryx, and he got an 8.83. Again, only like 200ths of a second faster. And he is finally doing a respawn again. He starts at that one checkpoint, respawns, now goes backwards into plastic bounce finish. So this is there's a little bit to digest on this one. There are some things happening on this. This is a crazy one. So not only did he find the trick at the start with the block mix and going through the wall, and with that can just, you know, he just goes straight from the start into the ring. Not only did he find that, he also found that he can just go backwards here and straight onto a red boost that wouldn't be in the way for the start and go into the checkpoint. But not only that, he found that he can just jump into the checkpoint here and can get a quick turnaround with a plastic bounce like this. And not only that, he also found that if he also places a pillar on this side, you actually never clip out of the map. See, this wall of the finish is also gone. There's no wall. There's no wall on this side, so you can just drive into the finish from underneath. I did not intend that. I didn't intend that that was supposed to be doable. I just drive into the finish from underneath. Oh my god. That is possible, it's just insane. Yeah, he just drives into it from below. It was always meant that you jump into it from above. But no, yeah, figured out you can just get rid of it and just drive into from the other side. That's Athryx record, an 8.839. Very good one. And now we come to a run that a few people might have seen already. And it is 0.2 of a second faster with an 8.68. Maji coming in on the next position, beating out a lot of people this time. And she did this route actually on stream. Let's take a look. So, starting in the ring at the bottom, only going uphill over the red boost, and finds a wall ride transition where she can keep speed through that checkpoint, another roof hit, and a finish. Now, there are a few things that are really clever in this solution actually, that I would like to take a look at. First of all, she clips through multiple blocks at the start, and this is very important. Not only to like gain a little bit of speed at the start, so here she clips through this block, that gains a little bit of time. The important one is this one here. This one here is so clever because the reason why is that she clips through this block, and for some reason it makes the transition onto the red boost a lot cleaner. I think this block alone that she block mixed into here probably saves like half a second. Because normally, if you drive onto a booster, you will get like a massive wheelie where you then don't get as much acceleration, right? But because she block mixed this block here and clips through exactly as she is getting this booster, she has a very, very clean line onto the boost and keeps all of the momentum from it. Then also finding a nice looping line here into a wall ride, into the plastic to retain all of the momentum into this checkpoint really fast, and then around here into the next checkpoint and finish. Also another small trick found here is that it is a little bit faster to use the wall ride block here into this checkpoint, keep a bit more speed, and then just a simple roof hit straight into the finish. A lot of people like bounce in between, but this one went straight into the finish. A very, very good solution for not finding the trick, that is for sure. I was getting a little bit scared on stream when she was cooking this much. I was not expecting a sub 10, but that was really, really good. And now the thing is, of course, Maji drove this on stream. So the next one is basically just Maji's route, but a little bit better by Schuldenberater, an 8.47. Also, he's just said that he saw the route on stream and thought, yeah, okay, I'm just gonna drive it a little bit better or find one thing to improve on it. So this is a 0.4, 0.2 of a second faster. Let's take a look. So starting up here, getting the booster into the checkpoint, and around here into the checkpoint, roof hit, finish. So one important difference with this one is, if we take a look at it here, is Maji just jumped into the looping. Whereas Schuldenberater has this platform in between here where he still keeps grip before he goes into the looping. And that gives a lot cleaner transition into the looping and saves a lot of time actually. Then around here, just clean line once again. To the right, through the checkpoint, and finish. 8.4, copied homework. This demands comparison. You will get another comparison, but only after the next one, because the next one by Leo is the same thing. It's an 8.1 And it's also just Maji's route, just a little bit better. Let's take a look at this one as well. Starting off here, more glitches, into the wall ride, up, do a small turn, small clip there, actually saving time, and into the finish. So, there you go. That is an 8.1 by Leo. Though, this is the question, is Maji's route just the best? Like, did she just cook this hard on stream? Is this just the best route? We'll see, we'll see. But yeah, this start by Leo is crazy. Just glitches forward so much here at the start. Then into the wall ride, just clean, and going towards the finish. Also using the beam here, which is pretty clever, because it just gives a little bit more flat platform. There's not many usages for that beam usually, so always nice to see. I would say with this one, let's bring in the other two and look at the comparison. So what makes this run faster? Well, at the start we can see already very different starting positions. Maji starting up a little bit higher, Schuldenberater and Leo starting a little bit lower. So at the moment Maji is a little bit ahead, less speed though. And then comes the glitches for Leo and he's suddenly so far in front. It's such a big difference, the glitches. Actually, he is here at 1.36. How much is he at? Yeah, he's like almost 3/10 ahead already, just because of... wait a second. So he placed the looping, the wall ride block here, this block here, this one, and this one. Okay, did someone count? How many was that? Like 7 or something clips in a row? So that is why he's so fast. It's stupid. It's honestly stupid. But then going up here, you see also the slight different line here between Maji and Schuldenberater. Maji going more to the right, having more airtime into the looping, whereas Schuldenberater took the wall ride a lot, or the looping a lot cleaner with the blocks that he had, and with that a little bit ahead, and then coming around here and into the checkpoint. Now, interestingly, I think a lot of people have seen this route, and they were thinking to themselves, how can I improve this? Like, how can I do better than this? And I can tell you that without doing the trick with getting rid of the tower wards, this is the fastest run. This is the fastest run that doesn't get rid of any wards. This is the fastest route that we have. However, we're not done here. We are not done here. That did end up being the fastest route. Marius hunted a little bit yesterday after the deadline, but he only managed to get an 8.2. His time was an 8.20, I think, so 200 slower than Leo. Let's take a look at the next one. But that is, of course, only from the submissions. Kind of won. Surely, kind of. You can call that a win. Next one is half a second faster by Yumi. A 7.7. We're jumping up to sub 8 seconds. Let's take a look at what Yumi found. So basically, as I said just now, the normal solutions end here. We are not having normal solutions anymore. Let's take a look at what Yumi did. Well, starting off inside the checkpoint and bouncing through that checkpoint into a standing respawn and up into the finish. This start, interestingly, is just press forward. Wait, I just noticed. Why did I get rid of... I should probably start this again. I got rid of Openplanet earlier, but actually this is fine now that I fixed it earlier. Yep, so the start right here is literally press forward. Like everything here, press forward at the start. This bounce, press forward. Then press forward left there a little bit, and then just a standing respawn into the finish. But yeah, so lots of clipping at the start. So like there's a clip, there's another block there on the side that you clip through, another clip, then into the red boost here, down. Very interesting to use the checkpoint itself as a roof rid to drop down lower and get the standing respawn. Then respawn as early as you can. And now, drive up here. Now you might remember one thing that I mentioned once. And that was that if you standing respawn here in this checkpoint, that you can't drive up. Remember that? I said that you can't drive up here. So why, if I accelerate here, can I just drive upwards? Why does it work? Well, there is a plastic block inside of this platform. I don't think we can see it. I think it's literally invisible. But like, I think there's no way to see it. But the yellow plastic block, the upper, basically, like a block like this, you know, but like just the exact same position as this checkpoint here. It's block mix inside of this. And because of that, this is a plastic checkpoint. This is basically just a plastic checkpoint. We will definitely see that a few more times, I think, using the plastic checkpoint like that. But yeah, that is a 7.7 by Yumi. Very interesting start with the standing respawn, and then also this ending here as well is like, how many clips is this? It's like 1, 2, 3, 4. Here's the yellow platform. 5. Okay, 5 clips. 5 clips into the finish, and because of that, you can see also just how much time that saves. If we slow-mo this, just suddenly zooped forwards into the finish. So that is a 7.7. But we're not quite done yet. There's some more to come. Because after Yumi, we have a Soulbour now. And he has a 7.7 as well. But he did a different approach. Let's take a look at Soulbour's one. So he goes to the ring checkpoint at the bottom. Now jumps up onto the booster and finish. This one we haven't seen so far, this kind of route. This one is really cool. 7.7 by Soulbour. Really cool idea. So yeah, at the start here, once again, everybody has found this trick now, basically, that you go inside of the pillars somehow. I don't really want to show the maps from outside because, yeah, this is why. But yeah, starts in this start block right here. One very crucial detail is he placed plastic here on the side, and because of that, gets a little bit of a boost at the start. Just a tiny, tiny bit, but it does help a little bit. Then dropping down here onto the ramp, which in this case is actually very smooth, through the checkpoint, and then clip. Wait, there are multiple. Jumping up. I don't know if these even help. Like clip, clip, clip. Like you have to release. Do they? I guess they do help technically. But yeah, going up and then smooth transition onto the red boost, and the red boost is basically just straight line instantly into the finish from underneath. This finish from underneath is insane. People finding that you can just drive into it from underneath and you don't have to roof it or anything like that. Very, very nice here by Soulbour. Such an editor abuse. We're not done yet. Yeah, definitely editor abuse. This is crazy. I would definitely build the next map a little bit more normal, I would think. I didn't expect this when I built the map. But yeah, you guys went crazy on this one. Next time I will probably not put a pillar around the around the finish again, because now I know what happens if you do that. Okay, next one is Pilososs, and this run is only 0.004 of a second faster. We went from a 7.732 to a 7.728. 4 thousandths faster only. And it's a very similar strat as we saw earlier from Soulbour. Also jumping down here on a different platform though, then red boost, looping, plastic bounce through the checkpoint and finishes. This is another crazy different route here that we see by Pilososs. So just jumps through the checkpoint from below. I love that. I love that kind of idea. So dropping down, looping into plastic bounce, and then he just gets the trigger from underneath like this. And also glitches through a little bit as well. And then roof it into the finish. Really cool stuff. And let's take a look at a comparison between the two as well. This one is quite interesting because not only are they only 4 thousandths of a second apart, and they're doing basically the same route, they are also using the same skin. They're both also using the fall Trackmania skin. It's just it's so funny. It's so stupid. But yeah, let's take a look at Soulbour here. So as you can see, he starts in front like this. He is in front at the start because of the plastic that he placed there, if you remember. He placed a little bit of plastic and because of that had greater acceleration. Then they come around here, different threads for this. You see he is behind right now, but then Soulbour comes back. You couldn't really see this, actually. Wait, I think it's best camera is this, actually. It's sometimes a bit harder to see. He just jumps up. You see Pilososs coming around with the looping and then finished. Somehow, this is 4,000s between them. Like, it's like impossible to tell. Like, wait a second, let me get to the finish here. They're coming in here. Pilososs is still in front. And this is the difference. There they are. Now they finished. Crazy stuff. Crazy stuff by the two of them. Okay, that was Pilososs. By going faster yet again. Next one, a 7.64 by Coroqui. And this is a different checkpoint order again. Let's take a look. 7.64. He goes up into this checkpoint here, around, and then through the checkpoint and finish from underneath. So this is basically the same like checkpoint order as the Maji route, for example, but just with the added bonus of being able to go through walls. Pretty much. That is basically what it is. Especially the ending saves a lot of time. So at the start he also, by the way, he uses a snow car. I don't know why. It's a stadium car. It's still a stadium car. He just uses a snow car. But yeah, starts on the plastic to get more acceleration, then onto the red boost, go up into a roof it instantly, can go straightly or like diagonal through the checkpoint. Then around here, I like the idea of using the ramp onto the black platform transition. Then around the checkpoint and just finish from underneath. Very easy. Let's take a look at the comparison between the two here as well, or between Coroqui and Leo, because there we can really see the differences. Also, by the way, like this is just stupid. Like, look at this. Like, this is how the map looks from outside. Just kind of stupid. Okay, let's take a look. So, you might not like it, but that is optimized Trackmania gameplay right there. Going up here. Top 5 soon? Surely. Coroqui going up and a lot quicker into the checkpoint. Already in the checkpoint at 2.9 seconds. Leo, who had the fastest non-clipping time, at 3.6. However, now Leo, of course with a lot more speed, actually catching up to Coroqui and overtaking with the extra speed. The plastic bounce with it doesn't keep that much speed actually. Because of that, Leo overtakes, is in front. Here it's really close, but Coroqui can just finish from underneath the finish. Whereas Leo has to go from above. And that actually saved half a second in the finish. Going from underneath into the finish saved half a second. This small little detail. Half a second faster with that. We're jumping from a 7.6 now to a 7.46. Well, let's take a look at this one. It's by Alekbees. And this one is incredibly similar to the one that we just saw. So he also starts here. Plastic bounces up to that checkpoint, then around into the checkpoint and also finishes from underneath. One key detail is that he also built this horrendous looking monster of a pillar at the about the map. But the one crucial detail that he does differently is that he starts inside of the checkpoint, but facing this direction. Also, no worries. This is like so hard to see. Other routes will probably be easier to see again. Coming at some point. But yeah, this is Alekbees' strat here. He goes around the checkpoint to the left, then up through here, roof hits, instant landing on here, through the checkpoint, and then the finish. Very optimized as well, and with that, 0.2 of a second faster. Let's take a look at a comparison between these guys as well. Let's take a look. So we have Coroqui and Alekbees. And I would like to take a look at Alekbees perspective here. So he's going up like this. And you can see Coroqui is actually pretty close. And into the checkpoint, actually overtakes. He's ahead. He is actually ahead here at into the last checkpoint. But then Alekbees just keeping a little bit more speed into the finish. And with that, overtaking by 0.2 of a second. This is 0.2 of a second faster, somehow. But crazily enough, it is 0.2 of a second faster. Pretty cool stuff there by Alekbees. Really close between the two. Now, the last ones have been very close. We have had 7.7, 7.7, 7.7, then a 7.6, a 7.4. It does not continue like that. The next one is half a second faster and is sub 7. Rockskater with a 6.9. Nice. A 6.9 by Rockskater. Half a second faster. Immediately. At a sub 7 now already. And it's a respawn again. So he gets the checkpoint from there. Then roof hits, respawns, and drives up to the finish. So this one is quite, well, first of all, wicked with that front flip. I love that wicked. Wicked front flip right there. It's really cool. But also it's just very efficient. Like he starts off, clips a little bit to get quicker onto the red boost, then jump up here, hits the roof on, crucially, this turn block. And this is one block that doesn't lose the ground, because it's not a square. Every block that is a square basically loses its ground. Like all of these blocks here lose their ground. You know, the booster loses the ground, but this one doesn't. Because it's, you know, rounded off like this. And because of that, he can roof it on this direction. And then, once he goes up, he just has to avoid it as he's going up. A small right to left, and then into the finish. So yeah, a little bit in the way, but it has to be in the way. But I think he found a very good solution there. Then drop down here into the checkpoint backwards, and then just good respawn, drive forward to the finish, and with that, enough to get a sub 7. Next one, very, very close. It's only 0.03 of a second faster. It's Kiloudu. But I will see. Kiloudu, I want to see one specific emote from you guys when we're watching this one. And I think you will be able to tell which one. Let's take a look at Kiloudu's one with a 6.95, 0.03 faster. Beautiful skin. Beautiful skin by Kiloudu. Beautiful skin. So, Kiloudu does a very similar... I can't stop watching it. Very nice skin. How do you drive with that? It's crazy. But yeah, very, very nice skin. Just looking at it. Okay. But yeah, at the start, starts in this checkpoint and then came up with the idea of just hitting the wall here and going down into a looping to conserve all of that momentum downwards, going down, then wait, camera's a little bit difficult, going down into this quarter pipe, keeping all of the momentum through the checkpoint into a red boost, very clean, and then just looping, just glides into the finish, just gliding into the finish. Incredible stuff by Kiloudu. Like, this is another 0.03 of a second faster, and it's a different line. We haven't seen this yet. I can't stop hearing the meow. Every time it messes me up when I'm talking. But yeah, this is a really cool one by Kiloudu. Found this very new trick. How is it when I go 1/10 speed? That's good to know. Okay, I could also go 1/100 speed, but that is gonna take a while. That is gonna take a while. Oh yeah, this is the run. This is the run by Kiloudu. It's crazy that you can manage to finish underneath like this on your roof. Or on your back, I guess. I should rather say. Oh yeah, finishing from underneath into the finish like that. Crazy stuff. Crazy stuff. And also Marius with the raid. Thank you very much. We're going to the next one now. It is a Nitra. Wait, never mind. Wait, I want to look at the comparison. Wait, oh yeah, true. Wait. I want to look at this comparison. I might be spoiling. Yes, I am spoiling the time, but I don't... Wait, actually, I can delete it. Yeah, you guys didn't see that. Okay, I want to compare Kiloudu's one with Rockskater, because I just think it's so funny. Like, Rockskater is so far ahead, but then Kiloudu just comes around and overtakes upside down into the finish. I love that overtake. I love looking at this one. Just... like this. Rockskater is in the checkpoint now already, but the thing is, he has to wait 1 second until he can accelerate. And then the cat just comes along and upside down into the finish, overtakes. I love it. I was in checkpoint 3 at 3.9 seconds. Yeah, that's the thing. You always have to wait then 1 second until you can go and drive again, which makes the respawn difficult. We will see which one will be better. Will it be a respawn thread or will it be a non-respawn thread? Can you get that checkpoint still quicker than Rockskater did? I mean, he got it really quick. How would you improve that? Well, we'll find out maybe. Because here we have Nitra now, as I said earlier. And Nitra went just a little bit faster, 0.06 of a second against Kiloudu, and basically did the same line. Dropping down here into a looping, red boost, and also glides into the finish from below. Basically the same line. The one key difference is that Nitra, I believe, keeps a little bit more speed into the looping because he placed the blocks a little bit differently. I think he placed the blocks 1 lower, and because of that, keeps a little bit more speed. Actually, we can compare that. I have that set up. So we have the cat in front right now with better clips. Where the cat, or rather Kiloudu, is going 1 block higher into the looping, is ahead, but because this transition is now less clean than on from Kiloudu, he manages to overtake with the superior speed. The meows didn't matter in the end, didn't make the cat faster. It is Nitra overtaking. Just barely, with the 0.89. Really good one as well. And now we have Mr. Second Place. Normally. It is Shorty with a 6.7. Now, interestingly, with Shorty, well, he's hoping for the 2nd place. We'll see if it's gonna be 2nd place. We'll see. It is not the... Okay, no, it's not the 2nd place yet. We have more to go. No, I can tell you already. It's not the 2nd place yet. He was hoping for the 2nd place. He was hoping for the 2nd place. He does not get it though. It is not enough. And the crazy thing is, which I think is really funny, he wrote in the channel when he had a sub 9, yeah, I'm getting 2nd, guys. Nobody's gonna beat a sub 9. And now he came up with a 6.7. He came up with a 6.7 in the end. And he's doing the respawn route. Like Rockskater earlier, with a different roof hit into the checkpoint, respawn, finish. So it's a similar idea, but a few crucial details that make Shorty go faster. So first one is, he starts on plastic. He starts plastic sideways like this, so he gets better acceleration. Huge difference already. Then onto the booster, gets a little bit of a smoother transition as well because of the plastic as well. It helps in 2 ways. Gets a smoother transition. Then hits the roof here very, very early as possible pretty much. Into the checkpoint. Then another roof hit here with the plastic, glides down into the checkpoint. Standing respawns. And he can just drive up into the finish. But yeah, it's crazy. Like, he thought he was gonna get 2nd when he had a sub 9. Now he has a 6.7. And do you think, is that enough for a 2nd place? We will see, we will see. One notable thing that is difficult for these respawns, in general for everybody, has been very difficult, is that this ring checkpoint here at the bottom, I placed it sideways. So if you're coming down, you have to go into it sideways like this, and it's very, very hard to know the exact point when you can respawn. Especially if you're driving around in a 2. I guess it would be very difficult. That is, I think, one major thing that makes this hard, this respawn strat, because you have to go from the side. It took me 10 hours until I found out about the trick. Trick is so insane. Without the trick, it is almost impossible to, you know, improve or overtake. Very, very difficult. Or like do a good run, run faster than like a sub 8. Like I think sub 8 was probably possible without the trick. But very, very hard. Okay. My map had a tower and no start block. This one is fake. True, actually. Yeah, the maps don't really have towers anymore. That's kind of weird. I don't know where the tower went. Okay, next one. We're going faster, and it is Quenon with a 6.68, 1/10 of a second faster. And interestingly, this is a new route. We haven't seen this route yet. He starts off in the wing checkpoint. I know it's a little bit hard to tell on the start, but this is a new route. Let's take a look. Goes around the side there, red boost into the looping, holds the air brake into the finish. We haven't seen this route yet. No respawn, just plastic bounces forwards like that. This is so cool. This is so cool. The start, he also... There's a very, very important thing about the start, and that is he's doing a lot of clips forwards, but the checkpoint is in the way. So he specifically made clips that put him to the right side on the start so that he would barely fit through this gap. That's illegal, actually. That is actually illegal. Second thing, you don't have a straight platform block. Like, I didn't give you guys a flat platform block. Flat platform is the backslash acceleration. He just made himself a flat platform block with using the looping. He's just driving sideways on it, basically getting platform acceleration without, you know, using a flat block for that. Then red boost into this looping. This looping, once again, perfectly positioned to go through this checkpoint here from the side, which is really clever. We haven't seen that thread yet. And then he just drives through the tower, like sideways like this, through the tower, upside down, holds this position. This is kind of a cocky trick, you could say, where he holds this position with gas brake and turning. He holds this position on his nose, and then exactly as he's gonna get the plastic bounce here, he releases the brake to get a spin forwards, plastic bounce, and into the finish. Crazy stuff. New route here by Quenon. Is 6.6. Crazy, crazy stuff. Now the funny thing is, the next run is basically the exact same thing. Because we have also Doomy, who also found this exact route that that here Quenon was doing. Just does it a little bit differently, a little bit faster. He starts off on the start without any clips. He's just starting on plastic. Just starts on normal plastic acceleration right here. Drives around this, red boost to the looping, and plastic bounce forwards into the finish. There was a small clip, actually. Of course there is a small clip. Of course, there's always a small clip. But he basically does the same thing, just kind of on the other side at the ending. He does the bounce on the other side. And then bounces forwards like this. He also uses this grid here before. I don't know if this makes him faster or something. It looks cool though, for sure. Goes up, forwards, and into the finish. No wonder that Doomy would be good, considering that he built like 5 Kaki maps this year. He's, I think, the Kaki mapper with the most maps this time in this edition. And yeah, no wonder that he would be able to build a good puzzle map, especially this time. And we gotta compare these. We gotta compare these. Doomy versus Quenon. Both with the same route, just slightly different strats here. So Quenon, we can see here already, he starts 1 block higher than Doomy. Comes into the booster and he's actually ahead. He is actually ahead right now, but you might notice right here, the one important detail that Quentin missed. He didn't place this platform here. He didn't place the platform into the looping. He just jumped. And that is not just a crucial, like a small detail, because if we take a look at the comparison, he just gets sniped by the speed. That is so much more speed that you get if you place the platform here into the looping with a smooth transition and also getting the extra boost from the red boost. It is so much more speed that Damo was able to create that he just ended up overtaking Quentin and beating him by 0.2 of a second. That is crazy. Absolutely crazy by Damo. Now, is that the winning strat? The 6.4, is that enough? Well, we have at least one more run here. It is by Vogtech. It is also a 6.4. 0.02 of a second faster. And he's doing a respawn again. He's plastic bouncing like crazy downwards, respawns, finish. What is happening here? What is even going on? A 6.40 by Vogtech. Crazy stuff. The very cool thing that he does here is how... Remember how I said in Shorty's route that there's a problem with going sideways into the checkpoint? He doesn't have this problem. He just goes actually from the side into the checkpoint. But he keeps so much speed that it's worth it to take that extra distance. And goes into the finish with a respawn. Really clean stuff by Vogtech here, or Vortex. You know, starting off super quick here into the red boost, then roof it here as early as possible, keep the momentum with the plastic bounce, get another bounce there, then double plastic bounce here, glide into the checkpoint from the side, roof it again to get the proper position, and then just driving up here and into the finish. Now, crazy thing about this start is the amount of clips that he does. I think he placed more blocks in the start than other people have placed in their entire route. So it's so hard to count. Like, he has a ramp here, he has this grip block, he has this platform going up here, he has a plastic here, he has this wall ride, he has this wall ride, he has the, I think, black platform here as well. I think there's like 8 blocks. I think there's 8 blocks, if I remember correctly, inside of the start alone. There's 8 blocks inside of the start. It's just crazy how much time that can gain. If you look at this, like, he just zoops forward instantly on the red boost. Just crazy. This one also want to compare against a Shorty. So let's take a look at the comparison between the two from Shorty's perspective, if we can see. And here you see how much these clips can gain. Like, he is already on the booster 3/10 up against Shorty at this point already. Then the plastic bounce here, Shorty dropping down, and at this point you can see Vogtech right there going into the checkpoint a little bit earlier. Now Shorty gets into the checkpoint, then they respawn here. They both have to wait 1 second until they can accelerate, and then into the finish. Of course, the respawn makes a lot of sense, you know? Like, that was also my main idea when I built this map, is that you have the 2 checkpoints at the top, you have a lot of height, and then it would be viable to drop down, standing respawn the ring, and just respawn and stay at the top. Like, I really wanted a standing respawn being viable. Now, is it the fastest line, though? We'll see, because we're not done yet. The next one that we're gonna take a look at is Archidamus with a 6.0. Another 0.3 of a second faster. A 0.3 improvement against Vogtech. And we're back to the looping line. So he starts off there, drops down, and then just looping into roof it, finish. So a very similar line to what we saw earlier from like the Meow solution, for example, by Kiloudu, and also Nitra as well. Both of them did a very similar solution. But Archidamus here just doing it a little bit faster. So at the start, clipping through here, he very interestingly gets a small bump from this clip. He gets a small bump, he has a small wheelie, his front wheels are higher up, and because of that, drops down earlier because it gets a small nosedive over the edge. Then just quick nosedive down, gets the checkpoint here, red boost, uphill, and very crucially, he found another trick at this ending. Remember how all of the others, they just have a plastic block mixed in here, right? So that they can drive up. Even though you can't see it, most of them, when they do the standing respawn, they have this plastic block. You can always test if there's a plastic block or not. If you just put your car here, if you can drive upwards, there's a plastic block. If you're basically standing still like this, if I was full speeding right now, this is how it would look like, then it's a platform block. It's such a big difference. Now a plastic block would of course be faster. You always keep a bit more speed in transitions. The problem is though, if you plastic bounce here, you would go over the finish. Like you just miss the finish. What Ahidamos found out is that if you exactly place the looping here, you get another roof hit on the looping afterwards, and with that stops his momentum forwards and gets into the finish cleanly. I think a very difficult strat to make work, but because of that, with the plastic bounce, keeping just a little bit more speed into the finish. Clean run by Ahidamos, a 6.0. Now you would think that that this can't really be improved anymore, right? This is so good. How would you improve this? Well, there is more. There is more. The sub 6 seconds is real. We have a 5.9 by Imperator coming in. A 5.9. Another almost 0.2 of a second faster. And the crazy thing is, this is a new route. We haven't seen this route yet. This is one of the most crazy runs I've ever seen. Let's take a look. Starts off here into the checkpoint there, and then look at that! Oh my god, this is a work of art. It's so beautiful. I love it. Look at this. It's so cool. He drops down, perfect flip around, and then flips up into the finish as well. What just happened? Exactly, what just happened? I'm gonna show you in half speed as well once. So at the start, normal, just standard clipping stuff. We're used to it at this point. Just drives up here forwards, gets a bit more speed. Then over the plastic, it's a little faster. Then drop down here, and then so clean into that transition, and then bouncing up into the finish. This is insane. And the craziest thing is, the start is press forward. This start here is press forward. He only has to steer here once he lands. Once he lands here, he has to steer to get the transition right, and then also steering here to get perfectly through the ring. But the other part is actually press forward. The setup here, all of this, press forward. Insane. But it's just so smooth. This flip that he does is so insane. So insane. He drops down, and if we take a look at it from this perspective here, he's coming now, and then this is how he gets clean out of this. It's crazy that he keeps so much speed. And then he's going back up, like this is the last checkpoint he does. And then he goes up here. Of course, as you know, there's no ground if you place blocks inside of a pillar. So there's no ground here. He just bugs through this into the looping. And then this is also super clever. He found that you can bounce on this edge. The problem is, I think, if you hit this one normally, I think you wouldn't bounce correctly. However, Imperator clips through this block right here. With that, gets a little bit of a wheelie, I believe, and bounces better upwards. And then look at this ending, how he's threading the needle through this. He's glitching up here as well again, of course. Wait, is he even threading a needle? There's no needle that fits through this. How is he fitting through this even? What? I think it's because he's bugging through in this position. I think it is literally because he bugs through this, he clips through the ground. That's why. Just crazy. Just absolutely crazy. Because he plays specifically this block here, he clips through this block as well. Just insane stuff by Imperator. Insane stuff. I just can't believe it. I cannot believe it, what is happening here. Now you would think that should be the end of it, right? Any normal person would think that that would be the end of it. But someone had something else to say. We still have Taki and Patrick. I can tell you Taki, Patrick, and also Isfo didn't participate this time. Smithy. Smithy had something else to say. A 5.5. Another 0.3 of a second faster. Absolutely insane. 0.3 of a second faster. And this run, when I saw it, it broke me. This run broke me. Because it's just so insane how clever you guys are. I can't believe it. Here it is. Drops down into the checkpoint, red boost, and finish. Now what happened? What is happening here? How is he finishing? He's just next to the finish. How is he finishing? Well, he has found a bug finish. Because, similar to how we saw earlier with Imperator, he is coming up through this, upwards here. He is right next to the finish, and exactly next to the finish, he is bugging through this block and into the finish trigger. It's a bug finish. It's actually a bug finish that he found. He is bugging through the ground, through the wall, exactly in the moment where he is next to the finish line. And you can't even see it. He's just finished. He's just done. He's just in there. He's just in the finish line. He's got it. That's not all, though. He also found at the start, you might have not seen it, he is glitching through the ground here. The one problem with the start is always, if you're gonna go downhill, is that you have first the straight here. Like, you first have to drive over the platform and then slowly bounce down into like a looping or something. What Smithy does, he just plays this wall here and glitches through the ground. And he's also instantly on plastic. He's instantly on plastic, going downwards, and with that has perfect acceleration. He is starting on a plastic downhill. It doesn't get better than that. Plastic downhill for the start. It doesn't get better than a start like that. Then landing also just instantly in a ramp through the checkpoint onto the red boost, and then just around here upwards into the checkpoint, gliding over here, multiple clips here again to just make it a little bit faster, and then the bug finish. This is just insane. This is also again in slow motion, half speed. It's just insane what you guys were able to find. It's a 5.5. 5.5 seconds. 3 checkpoints, 5.5 seconds. It's just insane. Now, any normal person would think this is the end of it, right? Any normal person would think that this is the end. How would you ever beat this? How in the world would anybody beat this? Well, one person did. One person did. Now, did he beat it by like 100 or something? Like, how would he gain on that run? Like, did he beat it maybe like by 100 or something? Or like a 10th? Or like a few 10th? No. He beat it by another second. It's a 4.5. It's 1 second faster. David H with a 4.6 second time. It's another second faster. 4.6. How in the world is this possible? Is this real? What is happening? Here we go. Finding the same line, instantly onto the red boost, jump up here, finish. The fuck do you mean? How in the world is this possible? What is happening? I can't even comment. It's 4 seconds long. The entire run is 4 seconds long. I can't even commentate on this anymore. Like this, what is even happening? David H, just a second faster. I thought this was, like when I saw this, I thought it had to be a typo. Like this is not real. I saw that timer and I thought, yeah, okay, he just did a typo or something. It can't be real. He probably meant a 5.6 or something. No, it is a 4.5. It is a 4.5. So he finds the exact same start as Smithy. He drops down like this, then onto the plastic, then finds a different roof hit here with the looping block of all blocks to bounce down, perfectly landing smooth on the red boost, instantly on the red boost, no like wobble or anything, just instantly gets the speed through the checkpoint, massive speed through here, then upwards, gets the looping as early as possible as well, like Smithy had to go 1 block further with the looping. But David H just instantly gets the looping straight towards the checkpoint and also uses the plastic in the checkpoint as well to bounce upwards, also finds the roof hit here, and he also found the bug finish. This is unreal. Every single insane trick that other people found, he put together in a single round, It is insane. Also, by the way, yes, he won. Of course he won. I didn't say that yet, but of course, yes, this is a winning run. Like, there's no but after this. It's impossible. This is, I think, the most optimized run we have ever seen in Puzzle. How do you top this? How do you top this? It is just insane. Just insane. There, he won from you guys. I have still a run coming, of course. Oh my god. Oh my, it's just insane. How is this happening? It's just crazy. Like, I can watch this over and over. Like, you can watch it one more time in like half speed, so you can maybe tell what's going on, but like, he basically used every single block as well. He used like every single block available to him. 4.6? It's 4.6 seconds! There are 3 checkpoints! I thought, yeah, when I built this, I thought, maybe you could do like a sub 10. Maybe a sub 10 could be possible. No, like, he literally used every single block, everything that you could use on the entire map. It's just insane. Just absolutely insane. Now, of course, you only win if you also manage to beat my time. I'm also driving as well always. You only win if you beat my time as well. I participate as well. And this is what I came up with. Let's take a look what time I got. Well, I also find the downhill. Roof it here, through the checkpoint, red boost, looping, finish. I was so proud of this one. Wait. It's a 5.9. It's a 5.999. This looks laughable now. This is a sub 6. This is sub 6 seconds time. This seems laughable at this point. Like, so bad. So bad. It's a 5.9. 999. I thought nobody could beat this, honestly. I thought when I drove this, I thought, yeah, easy win. Easy win. He beat me by 1.5 seconds. How is this happening? David also sent in like super late. Like, he was sending in like 10 minutes before the deadline. Until then I thought, yeah, okay, it was a really close fight between me and everyone else. Like, against Smithy it would have been close. It was only like 4/10 against Smithy. But then David H just crushed everybody out of nowhere. So yeah, I also found this trick here with the drop down through the checkpoint. Then the roof it here with the looping, drop down here, perfect landing in this checkpoint. Through the checkpoint here, small clip there, onto the red boost, using the plastic here to keep more momentum. Jump into this block. You need the rating here to land a little bit earlier. Perfect line through the checkpoint, roof hit into the finish like that. And also this run is like, if I combine my best sectors, I could maybe do a 5.98. I hunted this so much to get the sub 6. Just crazy. The crazy thing is, you know the trick that I've been talking about with getting rid of the walls from the tower? I didn't come up with that trick. I didn't think of that. Like, I'm gonna be honest, I didn't think about it. Like, the only thing I'm doing is glitching through the ground at the start. Like, that's what I'm doing. I'm glitching through the ground. Like, the trick of getting rid of the walls and everything, and like getting rid of the wall here into the finish, I didn't think about it. I didn't come up with that trick. I was still able to get a 5.9 with glitching through the ground. I thought I would be like the only one to find that or something. I should have known better, I guess. We can also throw in David's run here as well. I think it should be this one, right? Yes, this one. So we start off fairly similar here. We're starting off fairly similar, dropping down, same blocks here as well, and then dropping down here. It's still fairly similar. And then he comes in with the early red boost, already so far ahead. Then earlier looping as well. And then he also doesn't have to do this roof, and he just bug finishes in the finish. Just insane. Insane stuff. But yeah, that was puzzle competition this time around. Puzzle competition number 5. I think this was really fun. Insane what you guys were able to find. Like, I put down this tower concept and I didn't think much of it. I thought, yeah, okay, it's gonna be an interesting question, like, do you want to standing respawn or not? How do you spiral up around the tower? And in the end it was just like a glitch fest, getting rid of all of the walls. There was no tower in sight. It was like loopings upwards. It was insane, like what you guys were able to find. 4.6 seconds. 4 seconds. That's the fastest we've ever had. Even the free block edition. David's time is only 75% of my time. Yes, that's true. It's 75%. It's just insane. It's just insane. This is the final run. But yeah, GG's to everybody. That is puzzle competition number 5 done. GG's.